Hello, namaste everyone. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so we'll get started. Okay, we'll start with the prarthana. Okay, if you guys want to repeat after me, we can do it that way. Is it fine? You guys want to repeat after me? Okay, let's do it. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatme Namaha.
Krishnaya Yadavendraya
Krishna Rayandavedraya
ज्ञानमुद्राय योगिने
Jnanamudraya Yogini
नाथाय रुक्मणीशाय नाथाय रुक्मणीशाय
Nathaya Rukminishaya
नमो वेदान्तवेदिने
Namo Vedantavedini
व्यासाय भवनाशाय
Yashaya Pavanashaya
श्रीशाय गुणराशये
Shishaya Gunarashaye
हृद्याय शुद्धविद्याय
Radraya Shudravidraya
मध्वाय च नमो नमः.
Advaya Janamo Namaha.
Okay, and then I will do one prayer for all of you. So to for the God to give you intellect and buddhi. ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समीन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मण कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So this is the prayer to the Abhimani Devata of Chandas, means Vedas. And we are praying that whatever you hear, okay, whatever you learn, that you remember. Okay, may that learning, may the goddess Saraswati give you good strength in your body. May she makes your whatever you spoken words are sweet. Okay? Whatever you hear, you remember that. Okay, and the beautiful uh, the Vishwarup of the Lord Paramatma that is there hidden in the Vedas. may that you are able to see that, okay, with the study of scriptures with Bhagavad Gita, and whatever you learn, you remember that. So that is the prayer here. Okay, we as customary, we will start with this prayer, which is the prayer in the first. This is the first shloka of Mahabharata. You know that we are studying Bhagavad Gita. The first shloka and Bhagavad Gita happens in the Mahabharata. It's uh, the discourse between Lord Krishna and Arjuna in 701 shlokas. Okay, it's a Mahabharat. Within Mahabharat, there are two very important works. One is the Bhagavad Gita, the other is the Vishnu Sahasranama. These are like the crown jewels within Mahabharata. And the entire knowledge of entire Hindu scriptures is contained within Bhagavad Gita. So it is like the nectar of the Parijat Pushpa, Parijat flower. Okay, there is a beautiful flower which happens in Swarga called Parijat. And this Bhagavad Gita, what you are studying, is like the nectar of that uh, Parijat Pushpa, of that flower. Okay, so we'll do this prayer. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim sarasatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Okay, so we will do some shloka abhyas, but before that, anybody wants to, they memorized or they have practiced some previous shloka, they want to go through that? Okay. So we will, what we'll do is we will then,
I know only Dharma Kshetra, sir.
oh, you know that Dharm Kshetri one? Okay, that's very nice.
On
Okay, so today what we'll do is we will go through some new shloka. We'll do some new shloka. Okay, okay. So we will follow the same process. Every shloka has four padas. Okay, four parts in it. So I've color coded them. You can see my screen, right? So every shloka has four parts. So I'm gonna say the first part, and then we will repeat it three times. Okay. Similarly, we'll go to next part and we'll repeat it three times, and so on and so forth. Okay. And I have selected some very special shlokas for all of you today. Okay, from chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So these are very, very nice shloka, and we'll talk about the meaning also. Okay, so let's do this. Om Evam Pravartitam Chakram. You want to repeat after me?
yes, sir.
Repeat after me. Evam Pravartitam Chakram.
एवं प्रततिरं चक्रम्
Evam Pravartitam Chakram.
एवं प्रवर्तितं चक्रम्
Nanuvartayati Hayaha.
नानुवर्तयति यः
नानुवर्तयति हयः
नानुवर्तयति यः
नानुवर्तयति हयः
नानुवर्तयति यः
अघायुरिन्द्रियारामः
अघायुरिन्द्रिया
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 रामः
रामः
अघायुरिन्द्रिया रामः अघायुरिन्द्रिया
अघायुरिन्द्रिया
रामः
रामः
अघायुरिन्द्रिया रामः
अघायुरिन्द्रिया रामः
मोघं पार्थ स जीवति
पार्थ स जीवति
मोघं पार्थ स जीवति
मोघं पार्थ स जीवति
मोघं पार्थ स जीवति
मोघं पार्थ स जीवति
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः
यद्ददार्चरत् श्रीसः
यद्यदा चरति
यद्यदाचरति
श्रेष्ठः
श्रेष्ठः
यद्यदाचरति
यद्यदार्चरति
श्रेष्ठः
श्रेष्ठः
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः
यद्यदार्चर श्रीश्रेष्ठः
यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः
यद्यदाचर श्रीश्रेष्ठः
तत्तदेवेतरो जनः
तदेवेतरो जनः
तत्तदेवेतरो जनः
तदेवेतरो जनः
तत्तदेवेतरो जनः
तदेवेतरो जनः
स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते
स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते
स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते
स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते
लोकास्तदनुवर्तते
लोकास्तदनुवर्ते
लोकस्तदनुवर्तते
लोकस्तदनुवर्ते
लोकस्तदनुवर्तते
लोकस्तदनुवर्तते
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः
श्रेयान्
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो
विगुणः
विगुणः
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः
श्रेयान् स्वरदमु विगुरः
श्रेयान्
श्रेयान्
स्वधर्मो
स्वधर्मो
विगुणः
विगुणः
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः
परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् परधर्मात्
परधर्मात्
स्वनुष्ठितात्
स्वनुष्ठितात्
परधर्मात्
परधर्मात्
स्वनुष्ठितात्
स्वनुष्ठितात्
परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात्
परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात्
परधर्मात्
परधर्मात्
स्वनुष्ठितात्
स्वनुष्ठितात्
परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात्
परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात्
स्वधर्मे निधनं श्रेयः
स्वधर्मं नेत्ये श्रियरः
स्वधर्मे
स्वधर्मे
निधनं श्रेयः
श्रेयः
परधर्मो भयावहः
परधर्मो भयावहः
परधर्मो भयावहः
परधर्मो भयावहः
परधर्मो भयावहः
परधर्मो भयावहः
Okay, very nice. We'll do two more shlokas. Okay, these shlokas, Arjuna asks some very beautiful question to Lord Shri Krishna. Okay, know that this is a dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. He is asking some very interesting question. I'm gonna tell you the meaning of these shlokas after we do the recitation. Okay, Arjuna Uvacha.
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयम्
अत केन प्रयुक्तोऽयम्
अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयम्
अत केन प्रयुक्तोऽयम्
अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयम्
अत केन प्रयुक्तोऽयम्
पापं चरति पूरुषः
पापं चरति पुरुषः
पापं चरति पूरुषः
पापं चरति पुरुषः
पापं चरति पूरुषः
पापं चरति पुरुषः
अनिच्छनपि वार्ष्णेय
अनिच्छनपि वर्षय
अनिच्छनपि वार्ष्णेय
अनिच्छनपि वर्षयिण
अनिच्छनपि
अनिच्छनपि
वार्ष्णेय
वर्षेय
अनिच्छनपि
अनिच्छनपि
वार्ष्णेय
वर्षेय
Varshniya is the name of Lord Krishna, another name of Lord Krishna. Anichanapi Varshneya.
अनिच्छनपि वर्षेय
फलादिव नियोजितः
फलाद्वानितः
बलादिव नियोजितः
बलाद्वनियोजितः
बलादिव
बलादिव
नियोजितः
नियोजितः
बलादिव नियोजितः
बलाद्वनियोजितः
Okay, we'll do one last shloka. Okay. श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवान् उवाच
Okay, so what is happening is Arjuna is asking a question and Shri Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, is answering. Okay, what is the question Arjuna is asking? He's asking, why does people do wrong deeds? Okay, even when they do not want to do the wrong deeds. Okay, sometimes what happens, we are in a circumstance unknowingly, sometimes we do wrong things, sometimes we don't have control over circumstances and we may end up doing the wrong things. Okay, so he's asking, what is the reason for that? Why do people do wrong deeds in this world? And Lord Krishna is answering. What is he saying? काम एष क्रोध एष
काम एषा क्रोध एषा
काम एष क्रोध एष
काम एषा क्रोध एषा
काम एष क्रोध एष
काम एषा क्रोध एषा
रजोगुणसमुद्भवः
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 महाशनो महापाप्मा
महात्मनो
शमो
महात्मा
महात्मा
महाशनो महापाप्मा
महाशनो महापाप्मा
विद्येनमिह
विद्येनमिह
वैरिणम्
वेरिणम्
विद्येनमिह वैरिणम्
विद्येनम
विद्येनमिह वेरिणम्
विद्येनमिह वैरिणम्
विद्येनमः वेरिणम्
विद्येनमिह
विद्येनमिह
वैरिणम्.
वेरिणम्
Okay. Very, very nice. All of you guys did really, really amazing. Very nice. Keep practicing. These are very, very selected shloka. Okay. I've chosen some very selected shloka for all of you. These are very important shlokas. And if you practice them and become very good at it, then you can recite next time in the class. Okay. All right. So we will learn a little bit about what is Lord Krishna telling Arjuna now. Okay. So what happened? We saw that Arjuna is overcome with emotions. Okay. And he's saying, I will not fight. Okay. Then he says, Lord, I am your Shishya. I'm your student. Please guide me whatever is right for me. Okay. Then what did Lord tell him? In the last chapter, we saw that Arjuna is only seeing the death, grief, and collapse of family, right, and social order. And he said that we don't even know whether we will win or not. Okay. And no such victory, no victory can justify such carnage, like killing of so many people. Like I told you guys that almost 40 lakh people assembled in that battlefield. You won't be able to see the end of the army. There are so many people there, they were there in that battlefield. Right? So Lord Krishna, then he requests Lord Krishna to guide him so he can fight, you can do the right things, because he was feeling that he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to kill so many people in the battle. So in this moment of crisis, Lord Krishna gives him the Upadesh of Bhagavad Gita. He starts with Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means Lord Krishna tells him that there is a soul which is different from the body. Okay? All these people, when they die in the battlefield, they will not, it is not that they will, their soul is gonna die. Their body will fall off, but not their soul. Because the soul is indestructible. Okay. And the soul is indestructible. So you should do your duty and should do whatever is injunction upon you as a duty, as a Kshatriya duty, to fight in the battle and protect the people. We saw that if he doesn't fight, what will happen? Adharma will be there, because the kingdom will be ruled by unjust king Duryodhana. Okay? So Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, in this adhyaya, he tells to do his duty. One must perform the duties prescribed by one's nature, by his whatever he is, like Kshatriya. Arjuna is Kshatriya. His duty is to fight and protect people without attachment to the outcome. Like your duty is as a student, your duty is to study. Hmm? And different people, like people who are teachers, they have to teach. So they have to their own duty. People have like a president or the prime minister in a country, they have their own respective duty. If they don't do their duty, what happens is then everybody will suffer. Right? If let's say the prime minister didn't do his duty properly, then the entire country will suffer. Okay. So people must, in their respective position, they should do their duty. Okay. So we are, all of us, basically what we should do is, irrespective of success and failure, right, we should maintain equanimity in pleasure or pain. Okay. We should make our mind steady. Okay. And we should do our work. And how do we maintain this equanimity? Because we should not get affected by the results. We should not be attached to the results. Like whether I'm gonna come first in the class or second in the class or third in the class, I don't care. But what I should do is I should study. Okay. When I wake up, the first thing I should do is I should brush my teeth, I should take shower, right? Get ready. Those things we should do. So those are our disciplinary duties to maintain ourselves in a good discipline. So Lord Krishna tells him to eschew desire and act. Okay. So he should not get impacted by his emotions. He should maintain equanimity and act. Okay. So one of the things Lord said in the previous chapter also is that um, we should do our act with knowledge. Okay, so path of knowledge is there. We could pursue the knowledge. So Arjuna is still not very ready to fight the war. He says, "Oh, then why don't I pursue the path of knowledge, right? Rather than fight in this war, I can actually just become ascetic, and I should just follow the knowledge." So I'm getting confused listening to you. Okay, so he says that. So now Lord tells him that depending upon your position in the life, where you are, what you are supposed to do, right? God has placed you in that position. We are all part of a cosmic wheel. There is a clock called you have the wristwatch, right? It used to be mechanical, and it has very tiny, tiny, tiny pieces inside of it. If you ever seen that watch, they're very tiny pieces. Every piece in that watch does certain things. If that piece didn't do that thing, the clock will be broken. The clock will not work, right? If something is dial is broken, the clock will work. It won't work, right? So everyone, similarly, all of us are in this cosmic wheel, Jagat Chakra. Okay. In this Jagat Chakra, all of us have to do our own work, our duty, whatever has been ordained to us. So Arjuna is ordained to do the Kshatriya Dharma to protect people. So he must pursue that one. So that's what Lord Krishna tells him. Okay, Arjuna, you are thinking that you will become an ascetic, but that is not the dharma for you, swadharma for you. That is path of knowledge is for king like Janaka. Okay? But nobody can refrain from action anytime. Okay? Every time, even we are sleeping, it's an action. Sleeping is an action, right? It's not that we are not doing. Somebody will say, "What are you doing?" "I'm doing nothing." Nobody does nothing. Okay? Even when somebody is not doing anything, they are breathing, right? They are thinking. There are three ways people do things. Okay? One is through their speech, the other is in their mind, and physically. Right? Even if you're not doing anything, you're thinking at least, right? So you are doing a manasik work. From your mind, you're doing some work. Okay. And mind is ceaselessly controlled and influenced by things around us. Okay. By the material things, there are gunas, it's called gunas. The feeling of enthusiasm, suddenly we get very passionate about certain things, we are very enthusiastic about something, so that is called rajas guna. Sometimes feel lazy. Okay, sometimes we have negative feelings, those are tamas guna. Sometimes we have positive feeling, okay, those are rajoguna. So based on these feelings, we are yoked into action. Okay, and not doing your own dharma or whatever is your nature according to that. If you not act according to that, it is a hypocrisy. So we must control the root of desire. Okay, so these, let's talk about some of the shloka that we learned, and I will tell you the meaning. It will be very interesting. Okay, so evam pravartitam chakram, this moving cosmic wheel. Okay, this wheel, like all of us are like a clock, right? We are all part of very small tiny part in that clock. So in this chakra, in this cosmic wheel, whoever does not participate. Okay, so Lord Krishna is telling whoever does not participate according to the things that are prescribed to them, then their life is not worth it. Mogham parthasa jivati. His life is not, he is not making it meaningful. Agha Ramo Mogham Partha sa Jivati. So that's what Lord is telling Arjuna here in this shloka. Okay. So uh, all he is doing is he's just living his life, but he's engrossed in this world and not doing the appropriate ordained duty. See, with power comes responsibility, right? With power comes responsibility, because the more power position of power you are in, you have more duty, you have more responsibility. Like in a company, um, in the class, the teacher has more responsibility than the students, right? If the teacher doesn't teach, then the students will not learn. So he has more responsibility. With power comes more responsibility. But the teacher also has power, so they can discipline the kids if the kids are not doing the right things, right? So this sloka is telling how we should act. Lord is telling that you should act like a person who everybody should follow. You should set an example for others. So when you develop and build good your uh, conduct is nice and good in the society, in your class, in your community, then people will follow. They will say, oh, this person is so nice, he behaves so well, I should follow that, I want to be like that person. Okay, so then whatever they do, people will follow. And similarly, you should, Arjuna, you are a Shresth person, so you should set an example. You should not run away from the war. You should do the ordained duty. So we also, Lord is also telling us the same thing, that we should act in a way that we set examples for other. Then Lord is saying, telling him, Shreyan sadharmo vigunaha. You have to do your own duty, which is whatever is prescribed to you, rather than do somebody else's duty. Okay, so you do your own duty, which is more important. Doing your own duty is more important than getting and doing somebody else's work. Okay, so there was this story about this donkey and a dog. Okay, there was a washerman. He had a donkey and he had a dog. Okay, so one day what happened was that a thief came. Okay, a thief came, and then what happened was the dog is sleeping, is not barking on the thief. What is dog supposed to do? He's supposed to wake up the washerman and scare the thief away.
It's supposed to bark, sir.
It is supposed to bark.
To scare the thief away, sir.
Yeah, it's supposed to scare the thief away. But the dog was lazy. It was not doing his work.
It was sleeping.
It was sleeping. So the donkey told the dog, oh, why are you not barking? You should bark and you should protect your
Owner.
owner. Yeah. Otherwise, the thief will steal his stuff. The dog said, no, I don't want to do it. Okay. Then what happened was, then the donkey said, oh, let me do it. If you don't do your work, I will do it. And then he started to bray. Okay. The thief got scared and ran away. Okay. But the owner also woke up. He says, what in the middle of the night this donkey is braying? Has he gone mad? Right? And he came with a stick and he beat the donkey. Right? Even though the donkey did the right thing, he got beaten up. Why? Because it's not his duty. He was not doing his duty. People, whatever position, whatever is expected of you, one should do that one. So that's why doing our own duty is more important. This story just tells us that our we should do our own duty rather than somebody else's duty. Okay. Okay. So so we talked about, so we all, why should we do our duty? Because we want to grow in the life, grow in our life. Okay. We want to get the grace of the Lord. Okay. This Lord he has created, Lord Krishna has created, Lord Narayana has created this world, and he has given us the opportunity. He has given us the intellect which animals don't have. We are intelligent beings, right? Human beings are more intelligent than the animals. So we have also more responsibility. He has given us this human life, and he has created this world so we can do good deeds and obtain shreyas. Means we should obtain, uh, we should uplift our life by doing the right things. Okay, and become free from this cycle of life and death. So we are in the sansar bandhana, and then by doing our duty, it makes God happy, so we should do that. Okay, we are all part of this jagat chakra, and when you do your duty without caring about the result, okay, and doing your duty as a service, in the as a worship to the Lord, when you start to see that whatever things you are supposed to do, right, you, whatever your parents tell you to do, you follow that, right, and whatever your teachers tell you, you do that, you study, you have maintained a discipline, right, then without the result, without getting attached to the result, if you're doing it, it is called nivritti karma. Is called nivritti karma. Okay. And all of these things, like the positive thoughts, positive feeling, negative feeling, the feeling of enthusiasm, right, all of those are influencing us, right, to do, to act. So those are called gunas. Okay, so let's talk about a story. Okay, have you heard of King Janaka? No. He was the
No, sir.
father of Sita Devi,
Sita.
Sita's father. Hmm? Sita Devi's father. King Janaka was a very, very learned person. Okay, he was king, but he was also extremely learned. He was father of Sita Mata. Okay, he was a great king and a spiritual master, very knowledgeable. And he is known for ruling wisely while staying completely detached. Okay, he sets an example how not worry about the results, end results, and do your duty with a dedication, with a devotion to the Lord. Okay. One time there was there is a young seeker, a young student. He asked sage Yagyavalkya. Yagyavalkya is a great sage. To him, a student, one of his student asked, "Can how can someone be a king and still be spiritual? Because king has a lot of duties. How can he remain detached?" So the sage replied, "Go meet King Janaka." Eh? So he told him to go meet the king. When the student visited King Janaka, he was surprised. He said, the king lived in luxury. He's living in palace. He's having music and he's having other things. Yet he was always calm. He was kind and focused. Okay. Between all of these materialistic things, he was still calm. He was still focused. So he asked, how do you stay spiritual in middle of all of these things? You have so many duties, you have all these palaces there, so many people are there. How do you stay calm? How do you stay spiritual? So King Janaka smiled and said, I do my duty as king, not for power or pleasure. Okay? He's not attached to the power and pleasure, but as a service to my people and devotion to dharma and to the Lord, right? My hand may rule the kingdom, but my mind stays with the God. That's what he said. He ruled wisely, protected his people, and never clung to his success or failure. He never cared about the success and failure. He worked without any selfish desire. Exactly what Lord Krishna has taught Arjuna in this adhyaya. Okay. So when you do your work with focus, kindness, and detachment, it becomes like a worship. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. So if you did your duties, how will your parents feel?
Happy.
They'll feel happy. So similarly, if your parents feel happy, if you did your duty, God will also feel happy. He's everybody's parent, right? Okay. Is it better to do nothing or to act even if it is hard?
To act even if it is hard.
Yes, right. Yeah, because sometimes you have to do your duty. It may be difficult. Same thing Arjuna is facing, right? His task is very difficult to fight with his own family. Yet he has to do it because it is hard, but yet he still has to do it because to protect the dharma, to do his duty. So we are all cog in this cosmic wheel. Can you tell me what does that mean? We are all part in a cog in a cosmic wheel. Cog, you know? No? Small in the like I gave you example of the clock, right? It has small pieces. Every piece has some role to play. If that piece was not there, the clock will be broken. So that piece is called a cog. Okay. So we all have a part to play in this cosmic wheel. So can you tell me how we can do our part? What is our responsibility? What is it we can do? We live in this world. What is our responsibility in this world? Any thoughts
To do right things.
to do writing? Yeah, that's very nice. Yes, you should do right.
And
Spread knowledge.
and save plants.
To plant seeds. Yeah, take care of plants. It's a responsibility because they give us fruits, they give us vegetables, right? And if we take care of them, they give us shade.
Trees give us oxygen, sir.
Huh?
Trees give us oxygen.
Trees give us oxygen. Yes, you are right. So tree give us oxygen. We have a responsibility to take care of them. If they give us oxygen, we should put water in their roots, right? We should
Yes, sir.
protect them. And sometimes we worship them also. A lot of people worship them, the trees also, some of the trees, right? So we take care of our environment. We take care of we are part of this cosmic wheel. We also need to take care of our parents. We should act in a way that makes others, your teachers, happy, right? So those are the things that we should do without attachment to the result. That is the essentially what is taught in this chapter. Okay? So now I'm going to give you a very analogy, which is very beautiful analogy, which is given in this chapter. So this also, you remember the story of Nachiketa who went to Yamlok?
Yes,
Remember
madam.
that?
Yes, sir.
You remember that story, right? And that story, there is a very beautiful analogy that is given. Our body is like this chariot. Okay? Our body is like this chariot. Okay? And in this body, our Atma, our soul lives in this body. Right? You did that shloka, Dehino ismin yatha dehe, Kaumaram yauvanam jara, tatha dehantara prapti, dhirah tatra namuhyati. So in this body, lives the Atma. Okay. And then Lord Krishna is driving the chariot for Arjuna. He is like the intellect, he is guiding Arjuna. So our intellect should always hold the reins. The reins are like the manas. The manas is where all of the feelings and your impressions, your thoughts are generated in your mind. Right? Manas is the mind. Where you feel happy and sad, it is because of the manas, because of the attachment of the manas with your external sense organs, your eyes, your nose, your tongue, your ears, and your skin. These are the organs, sense organs. So from there, from these sense organs, you get impression in your mind. Okay. Then you want to do certain things. They run after things. Oh, I like that toy. I want that toy. Right? Oh, I want that sweet. I want to eat that sweet. Right? So then your mind is attracted towards these indriyas. The tongue is attached to the sweet. Your eyes want to play with see the beautiful things. Right? So they run after the object of senses, and the manas will get the impression. So a chariot is a good chariot when the mind is under the control of intellect. Okay. Then this chariot will go in the right direction. Okay. If it is not under the control of the intellect, what will happen? Chariot will go in the, will it go in the right direction or wrong direction?
Wrong direction.
Yeah. So if the mana is not under the control of intellect, then we will deviate from our right path, go into the wrong direction. So, always your mind should be under the control of intellect. Intellect, what is intellect means? Intellect means the discriminatory power. Okay? Knowing what is right, what is wrong. All of you are very smart. You know what is the right thing to do. But sometimes we become naughty, right? And we don't
It's
do the
not
right thing.
just that.
Huh? We become naughty, right? Sometimes we don't do the right things. So we should control it with our intellect. Okay. If it's under the control
Okay.
of intellect, then we will do the right things. We should always set an example for others. We did the shloka. Yadyada charati shreshtaha tatta devettaro jana sayat pramanam kurte lokas tad anuvartate. So we should follow, set an example, and remember this analogy. You should remember. Okay, all right. So some key takeaways for this chapter: we must not abstain from activity. We should do the ordained duty, but how? By relinquishing attachment to the success or failure. Okay, by acting, then we can act righteously, and we maintain the universal order. We become the part of that cog in that cosmic wheel. Okay. We must perform our prescribed duties, like duty of studying, taking care of our parents. Sometimes you go bring them water, right? Take care of
Yes.
plants, put water in them, doing offering, and offering all of those activities as a worship to the Lord. Okay. Even in action, whenever you are doing things, you should remember that God has given us this beautiful life. He has given us this parents. He has given us this beautiful society to live in, this beautiful world. He's given made beautiful fruits for us to enjoy, beautiful flowers to see. And we must do our activity to make our parents happy, and then also the God happy.
God.
Yeah. Great souls lead by their conduct. So you become the great soul. Okay. All of you have to set an example for others. Okay, so because people will emulate you, they will say, oh, look at that person. They are so great. I'm going to follow how they act. And contact through the sense pleasures, like we talked about the uh, our indriyas, like eye, nose, ear, tongue, skin, right? So that sense attachment creates, and if we start to think about the one of these objects, then the desire will come. It will become strong. Oh, we want that. Okay, if your desires are not fulfilled, what will happen? You will become angry. You'll become angry, right? If your desires are not fulfilled, you become angry, right?
Yes, sir.
And that, what with anger, what happens? Confusion. When you become angry, it will become confusing, and then you will forget the good things, how you are supposed to behave, what your teachers have taught you, hmm? What your parents have taught you, what would be good, what God would like for you to do. If you are angry, then you forget that. And then what happens? If you forget that, then what happens? Then your downfall happens. Okay, that's how people fall into wrong ways. So we must control our mind with the intellect, with our power of discrimination. Okay, and if you follow that in your life, you will become wise. People will say, look at her, look at him. They are a wise person. There goes a wise person. Then that's how we should act and conduct ourselves. Okay. All right. So we'll pause here. We'll do a prarthana and we'll end the class today. ॐ प्रातः प्रभीति सायान्तं सायादि प्रातरन्ततः यत्करोमि जगन्नाथ त्वदस्तु तव पूजनम् ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Okay, so I'm gonna send the record. You practice and become good at the shlokas. Okay. So we will meet again on Friday. Bless you. Bye.
Bye, sir. Namaste, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye,
Namaste.
sir.
Sir,
Bye, sir.
చెప్పు సార్ శ్లోకాస్
శ్లోకాస్ వాయిస్ రికార్డ్ పెట్టాలంట.
I will send it. Okay, I'll send it. You practice.